Stop, stop. What are you doing? Can't you see I'm drowning? Yeah, stop just standing there. Throw me something. Pants? Today you're going to learn how to make a life jacket using a pair of pants. I mean, we're going to test if this story about a life jacket made from pants really works. Want to test it with me? We get all kinds of crazy ideas you wouldn't even imagine. And we love them. Some we don't do because they take too much work.
Like a pet bottle rocket with duct tape to go to the moon. Others we look at and say, man, this is way too bizarre. We need to test it.
And that's the case with this one. This is a survival tip that uses pants as a life jacket. There are several videos teaching this on the internet, but I haven't seen anyone actually testing it. What does it mean to actually test it? So what did we do? We got a huge and really deep pool to test this thing. A place where you can't touch the bottom, where there's no way to just stand on your toes while testing. Before we do the test, I'll show it to you out of the water, because in the water it's all going to be a mess. The idea isn't just to test it, it's for you to learn how to do it, because if it works, it might save your life. Have you ever heard that story about using pants as a life jacket?
Yeah, that's nothing new, Ibere.
But do you think it works?
Yeah, for sure.
Would you use it in a desperate moment?
Man, it's one of those situations. You've got nothing. You don't have any kind of flotation. So you use what you've got, right, man?
All right, you fell off the boat fully dressed. You'll have to take off your shoes and pants. That's not an easy thing to do. So this tip isn't very good for people who can't swim. But Ibere, isn't a life jacket supposed to be for people who can't swim? This tip is useless. It's a life jacket for someone who already swims. Kind of, because even someone who can swim will have a really hard time staying there for hours, waiting for rescue, waiting for someone to come get them, and they'll get tired. So it's much safer to have some kind of float so you can just stay there. Also, you can do this to help someone else, save someone that way. Even good swimmers suffer in a shipwreck.
For sure, they do suffer.
But if I fall off a boat, I might be hurt or trying to save someone. Do you think that could make a big difference?
Oh yeah, totally, man, because you get exhausted really fast. If you've got no flotation, it's worth a try.
To take off your shoes and pants, there's no point keeping your head above water, trying to do it up here, swimming and taking them off at the same time. It's easier if you take a breath and do it underwater diving. You probably won't be able to do it all in one breath. You'll have to do it a few times, take off one shoe, then the other, half the pants, then the whole thing. I fell into the water, I'm stranded, let's take the shoes off first. Let's see if this is easy. You can't do it like this, look, if I stop, I can't swim with only one foot. I mean, maybe I can, but it's really hard. I'll take a breath and remove the shoes underwater. It takes one breath per shoe. The good thing is the shoe floats. I can already stay still, kind of using the shoe here. It could already work as a life jacket. Let's try the other one. Hey, just a tip, okay? The shoes already replace the pants just fine. I barely have to move my foot to stay still here. The pants, I think, will be a lot harder. Let's see, undoing the button is easy. Now actually taking the pants off. Done. And now with the whole pair of pants in hand comes the most important part, tying the legs. You need to close the part where your feet go through. And this is simple, just tie a knot. And I really recommend you tie a good knot. You know how to tie a proper knot, right? Let's teach how to tie this knot properly. It's like a cousin of the granny knot, but way better than the granny knot. It'll look neat like this. I'll show you how to tie it, and I'll use a rope. It's easier to see. First, the granny knot, which is what everyone does. You go around once and around again. Then you've got a knot that not only slips, but comes undone easily. It looks like this. It forms a cross. So you see the ends of the rope make a cross compared to the rest of the rope. This knot isn't good, it slips and is hard to untie. Let's learn how to make its twin brother. It starts the same way as the granny knot, okay? I make a loop here, but now notice this end is pointing backwards. This end is coming to the front. Keep this one in the front and this one in the back when you bring them together, okay? Then tie the knot the same way. Look at the difference. You can see the ropes are parallel, the ends are parallel, and the knot looks neat. It's a loop inside another loop. Look at that elegant knot. It doesn't come undone, and if you need to undo it, it's easy. Let's take a look at the knot. It's hard. It's hard to figure out how pants work underwater. We're going to have to do it underwater again. Theoretically, I already have my life jacket here. Now we have both pant legs tied. What you're going to do is put it around your neck like a real life jacket. Put the big pants here like this. And now you need to inflate these pants with air. I saw some videos where people kind of throw the pants and do this and then it fills with air. But that's really hard to do in the water. There are 3 possible ways to inflate the pants. I'm going to try the one I think is the worst of all, which is throwing the pants into the water. It kind of worked, more or less. Look, it kind of worked. The second way Glaucio told us would be to try blowing air in by diving, actually blowing with your mouth. Let's see if I can do it. It was much easier than slapping the pants on the water. There's a much simpler technique. It's kind of silly even. You open the waistband of the pants underwater. Doing it above water doesn't make sense. Underwater, leave a big opening here. Make a little cup with your hand and slap the water. When you slap the water, some bubbles go down and you guide those bubbles into the pants. About 5 slaps and the pants will inflate because the bubbles go in here. It's actually cool to see this happening in the pool. It's already filled. It's full. You can stay calm like this. I'm not hearing any leaking sounds. The question now is, will this hold up for a while? How long until these pants deflate? Do I need to add a lot of water to them so they don't dry out? Do you think that if I were in a real shipwreck, this would hold up? You've got a fully inflated life jacket around your neck and you're already floating with the pants. You probably imagined the air would start leaking slowly. So what do you need to do? First, keep wetting the pants because if they dry out, the air escapes much faster. And second, if you notice it deflated a bit, slap it here again, push some air back into the pants and it'll puff up again. That's all in theory, but does it really work in practice? Should we test it for half an hour in the pool to see? It's been about 5 minutes that I've been here and I haven't had to inflate the pants again yet. They're just like when I put them on. But I can hear a small leaking sound that I think is coming from the seam of the pants. I'll try to catch it with this camera here. Let's see if I can. If you're going to fall off a ship, don't do it wearing ripped pants, okay? It's better to fall with brand new pants. 15 minutes. I didn't inflate it because I want to test how long it'll take to deflate and if I can still float. But look, it's working out way better than I imagined. While waiting to test it, a question popped into my head. Wow, with such a tiny float we can already save someone. How much flotation do we actually need for a human body to float? Our body has almost the same density as water. Actually, it's a little denser. And that's bad because it means we sink. If you fill your chest with air, you'll probably float. But if you let it all out, you'll sink. But at the same time, this means that if you have a really small float like a 1 liter PET bottle, that will already make a 1 liter volume of your body stay above water. And that might be enough to save you. You can already keep your nose up and breathe. I estimate that the life-saving pants can hold about 3 or 4 liters of air, which is enough for you to keep your whole head above water and save yourself. But I bet you swim with socks on. I'm simulating a shipwreck here, and you want me to think about taking my socks off? Everyone I meet is something else. 20 minutes. I'm going to have to do the first refill. Let's go. It's almost at the limit. How many slaps do you think it'll take for me to inflate this? Just one is enough for me to feel good. I think with two, yeah, 3 slaps. Another question that came to mind, how is the air not escaping from inside the pants? Because of surface tension. Water molecules have attraction between themselves. They want to stay close together. It's kind of like those little magnet balls. They want to stick together. They want to stay close to each other. At the same time, water is also attracted to the fabric. It wants to stay close to the cotton. For the air to get through this layer of water stuck to the cotton, it has to force space between the water molecules. It has to break the surface tension. But it doesn't have enough strength for that. Air will only escape if there's a hole in the pants or if the water starts to dry out. Do you think half an hour has passed already? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, half an hour. Technique approved? Does it really work? Look, it's approved. It worked really well, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't know how to swim, you have no chance of trying to take off your sneakers, then take off your pants and tie a knot in them underwater. I think it's a good tip for people who know how to swim and need to spend a long time floating there so they don't get tired if they're in a really tough situation with waves, currents, etc. Or even if you need to help someone nearby. This isn't a beginner tip, you need to be a good swimmer. So here's the tip. If you're going to drown and don't know how to swim, learn to swim first. A year ago, we were here in this pool, filming with Glaucio, showing why it's impossible to breathe underwater using a pipe connected to the surface. It seems like something that should work, but when you actually try it, it doesn't work at all, and you'll understand why when you click on the card that's showing up on the screen. Glaucio, thanks for the help. Glaucio is a diving instructor, and this is the second time he's helped us out. If anyone wants to learn how to dive, we're leaving the link to his school, Aqualander, down below. Deal? Thanks, Glaucio. Appreciate the help.
Remember, after saving yourself in the ocean, you'll still have to untie the knot in your pants.
It's not good to tie a knot too tight, otherwise it stretches the jeans, right? You'll end up with a mark on the hem of your pants. Okay, this technique is cool, it's fun, but honestly, very few people will ever get the chance to actually try this in real life. It's much more likely that you'll need to save someone else when they're drowning. And we have a more serious video about that. It's the first in the Help Mari series, and it's one of my favorites because she gives a bunch of tips I had never thought of. Go check it out because I think that more than the pants, this could actually save your life.